What's up, Libra? How are you? This is a March 2020 tarot reading for you. And I've already shuffled several times off the camera. But I wanted to let you see a few times where the cards were shuffled, just so you know that the cards are getting shuffled. We pull a few cards and see what you got. Not bad. Not bad at all. So I definitely get the vibe. So, just so you know, the cards that came out first are the Wheel of Fortune, the Empress, and the Page of Cups. So 2 out of 3 major arcana. And the major arcana to me both suggest that it is the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. And for some people, definitely not going to relate. Everybody's not going to relate to this, but maybe you're even becoming a parent or becoming pregnant. So I'm going to throw that out there just in case that does resonate with somebody. Seeing as you got the Page of Cups following the Empress. And that also fits in with the Wheel of Fortune. Well, they all fit into that message. So I definitely feel like a cycle is coming to an end and you are in the process of creating this new cycle. And I feel like if it's not a pregnancy or a birth or something along those lines, that it is something that makes you feel young again. It gives you a feeling of kind of youthful exuberance and satisfaction and kind of looking at the world with a natural curiosity and I don't know, just getting kind of an innocent pleasure from it, I guess. So that's kind of what I'm feeling from those. Let's see what else you got going on. Both of these two came out in the last reading. The 5 of Cups and the 10 of Swords. So I kind of feel like this is the situation that you are getting away from, right? Where it's a situation of great disappointment and feel like you just kind of almost stoically observed this kind of sadness and loss as this cycle was playing out and coming to its end, like through the whole thing, because it was just a disappointing kind of affair, you know? And you just kind of observed, like, I say stoic, and it kind of brings to mind Marcus Aurelius, this energy that I'm thinking of, which is kind of like this King of Wands energy. He's got that kind of stoic look on his face. Kind of reminds you of Marcus Aurelius, where he's like, and he kind of suffered those kinds of tragic, you know, his wife cheating on him, his his friend trying to plot an assassination attempt against him, and he's just kind of observing because he recognizes the nature of people and of life. And it's not even like he doesn't become overwhelmed with bitterness or hatred towards even the people who are doing him wrong, but he just recognizes it for what it is. And maybe you have had that attitude, or maybe that is the attitude that is being offered as a course of action, as a perspective to take into consideration dealing with this kind of maybe betrayal or maybe just, loss or disappointment. That it's the nature of being to suffer exactly these kinds of losses and disappointments, because people are not all of them all of the time, but people are disappointing, and people do let you down, and situations fall apart and they come to nothing, And like I said, maybe you have watched that, or maybe you are watching that, or maybe it is. And maybe this sort of stoic emperor energy, even though it's king, not an emperor, but is an approach that you're being advised to attempt. Because it's not an easy one to achieve. That's what made Marcus Aurelius so impressive. It's like, especially if you're feeling this powerful energy of a king, right? Where it's like you could lay the people to waste who have wronged you. But it's even more impressive that being in a position of devastating power, that you might just observe and say, well, isn't that the way it goes, I'm gonna move through this and become stronger. Because that is the path from this sort of heartache and loss towards it's the path that leads to this sort of contentment, where this guy put in the work. He went through the loss and suffered. And it wasn't easy to move through it to get to this new manifested material existence. But he took the higher path. He took the divinely inspired road from this Three of Swords, which echoes this Five of Cups, Ten of Swords energy up here. It's very much in line with that. And it's not easy, but so much of what this card to me says when I see the Seven of Pentacles is that it's worth the effort made. It's worth the work done. And I feel like the divine has guided you through this tremendously disappointing and difficult period. And I doubt that is even easy to accept given what you've been through. Given the... because this is a real heaviness. This isn't... I can't stress it enough. Like, they're in different rows, but they all came out, in this order of Five of Cups, Ten of Swords, Three of Swords. Those are a powerful punch. Those are a brutal blow. They're not cards that I ever like to see in readings, like as far as you know, all the cards are here to tell a story, and they all play their part, so they all need to be here. But the best of them to me is the Ten of Swords, because that's like, this is ending. You can't fit another sword in this dead bastard's back. He's done. He's had about as much as he can take. And I mean, I'm happy to see that much for you, because obviously what you've gone through is not easy. So we're going to wrap it up there, because that pretty much tells the story. Unfortunately, it got all the really positive aspects of it at the beginning. So I'll reiterate that, actually. I'll reiterate it. That this disappointment is either over or approaching its end. It's coming to an end. And it's transforming, and it's going to be a new situation that is much more satisfying. And whatever you've gone through has not been in vain, because it has been placed in your life by the divine for purposes of developing you along the path you were born to walk. So I hope that's comforting for you. If you like the video, like, share, and subscribe. Or just like the video and subscribe. I don't care if you share or not, really. But I'll also put some information in the description box in case you want a personal reading. And maybe we can get even a little more zoomed in on your personal situation. Thanks a lot, Libra. I hope this is a good month for you. I hope this is the month that you really start to see this situation transform into something that you feel more inspired by, because I don't want to see anybody. I know it's part of life, but man, you don't want to see people go through hard times. If you don't suck ass, you don't want to see people go through hard times. So I hope this is good for you, and I hope that it's working out for you, and take care of yourself. Bye, Libra.